Okay. All right, we're live. All right, so welcome back to the channel. Just wait 1 second here. Let me get everything set up. Think I'm nearly there. Let's see. But welcome back to the channel. I am all right. I am Diehard 3.75, aka Tony Creek. Thank you guys for subscribing, and for anybody who's watching this, thank you. If it's on the replay, thank you. I appreciate it. Today, we're going to go over kind of the 118.375 stuff in the last 2 weeks since the last live stream. All the things that kind of interest me that I hope interest you. And if I miss anything that you guys want to talk about, or anything that that interests you that I missed, let me know. We'll circle back around to it and get it after I'm done through my sort of topics that I've picked to talk about tonight. First, I should go over kind of the last 2 weeks since the last live stream. I did 5 different videos that are up on the channel now. I did do a video about the Hiya Toys Star Trek figures that have come out recently. McCoy, Spock, and Kirk. I also did a video on the Toys Alliance Acid Rain World Hideyoshi. That's the second video. The third one was the Hiya Toys G.I. Joe Firefly. Also did a video on the G.I. Joe Hiya Toys Cobra Commander. And then kind of to top it off and to something a little different, I did do a video on the world building items that I picked up from Hole in the Ground Productions. There were a couple of doors and a, what do you call it, a carbonite, Wolverine frozen in carbonite. And I painted the doors, and we worked on the carbonite. So if you haven't seen those videos, please do check them out. They were a lot of fun to make. So 5 videos in 2 weeks, and I guess if you add the stream, about six different content things that I made for the channel. So I'm not sure what the next 2 weeks bring. I think I'm going to probably do some of the Court of the Dead Boss Fight Studio figures. I know that I have a haul video to make for October because we're now in November. So I do have a haul video that I'm going to shoot. So those are probably the next 2 videos. Might be something else I kind of squeeze in there. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't gone over it quite that detailed yet. I'll be kind of starting that tomorrow as I sort of plan the next 2 weeks. So, hey Jeff, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Just kind of going over the last 2 weeks. I was mentioning the Star Trek figures. I know you got those too recently. That video is up on the channel, and a couple G.I. Joe videos, some Hole in the Ground production. So I did do quite a few videos the last 2 weeks, but it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Going to go over some of the news from the last 2 weeks since our last live. Not everything, but just kind of the stuff that interests me that I thought would lead to some good conversation. And if there's something that you want to talk about at the end, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'll try to get to it. We can have a discussion. What else? I think that's about it. So 5 videos. We did a live stream. Someone's setting off fireworks outside right now, oddly, and my dog's barking. But yeah, grab a nice beverage. I got some nice coffee here, and we'll get to it. All right, so let's see if I can remember how to do this. Share that screen. And go here and here. Okay, here we go. So we'll kind of go down the line here. So it's been 2 weeks. I guess there was a convention in London and one in Italy, and Hasbro showed off some Star Wars vintage collection stuff. Two of the items are here. They did show off the Aura Sing and the E-Wing Pilot. The Aura Sing is a repack, I think, with a special face print technology. I think they redid the face. Seems to have less accessories. It is an old mold, so it's got some old articulation. It's a pass for me. It's a good figure, of its time, but it's not for me. I have a few Aura Sings. It's actually, I think, not quite as good as the uh, Clone Wars Aura Sing, which has like the better hips and ankles and all that. But for those people that don't have it, um, it's a pickup. I did order a couple of the E-Wing pilots, this Lieutenant Callahan. I do have a couple of E-Wings that are supposed to be showing up. I think Yak Face mentioned that they were showing up in the shipping logs or something like that. So I think they might be coming pretty soon. So I did order a couple of these, but I did pass on the Aura Sing. What else did they have? They also announced this Obi-Wan figure from Obi-Wan, the Disney Plus show. I also grabbed a couple of these. Looks pretty good. Got some new goggles, some soft goods. Looks like a new head sculpt. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It definitely looks like it's a new buck with the new hips, I'm guessing. But it looks pretty good. So I did grab this one and this guy. And again, I didn't really care for Acolyte, but this looks to be the buck of the Jedi Master Soul. And I'm not sure if you picked that up, but I believe this is the exact same buck, with a new head on it, new lightsaber. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's got these sort of gauntlets on his forearms right here that are pretty cool. Maybe the belt might be new, but he does have the new hips, new ankles. Pretty good. Even if you were just going to customize them, this guy looks pretty good. It comes with soft goods. So these were pickups for me. So far, I guess out of the 4, Aura Sing, E-Wing Pilot, Obi-Wan, and Yard Fandar, 3 for 4. So not bad. I do have a few Obi-Wans, not, high on my list, but it looks like a pretty good figure. And then lastly, they showed off just Thursday or Friday. They showed off a brand new at I guess it was the Italian Comic Con in Lucca. This brand new, well, not brand new, but this repaint of Chopper in Imperial disguise. So I was kind of on the fence about this one. I did grab one just to get it as an Imperial droid, but it is a repack. So not bad though. I'm glad that they're still doing Rebel figures. They should be, because I think I passed it just now when I clicked on this. But Yakface also mentioned that not only is the E-Wing seems to be in town, or it's made it to the States, but some of the ghosts are starting to show up. Not the whole order, not all 20,000 or whatever it is, but a few thousand of them. So the rest should be coming shortly. It seems like now that they're on schedule now, so it does look like they're going to be here sometime in mid-December. So it makes sense that we'd get a few more Rebels figures. It's too bad it's Chopper, another version of Chopper, rather than someone else. Here it is. Here's his post here from the 28th. So it looks like it's starting to show up. Definitely would have rather had another figure besides Chopper, but I'll take what they give me. I am looking forward to getting the Ghost. So it looks good. All right. So what else? Oh, I guess the last thing for Star Wars, the last figure standing. It looks like Wolfman won. He looks like Ariel. I'm not sure how to say his name there. Arliel. Not even going to try to pronounce the last one. Skos. Beat the Stranger. Oddly, I was thinking about this. I didn't vote for this guy, not in one round. I can't remember how many rounds we had. Four, three or four. This guy, I didn't vote for him not one time. I briefly looked at some of the, if you click on this dashboard here, there's a lot of stats for like numerical people. If you're really into looking at data, um, you can see all the votes here and things. Um, I don't know. I want to call BS on this a little bit, only because I think before they showed us this figure in the HasLab for the Ghost as a tier, I don't think this guy would have even made the list. But because people saw him, it sort of gave him recency bias, and all of a sudden now this guy wins last figure standing. But last year, before the HasLab, I don't think this guy might have even made the list. This would be, to me, a first or second round knockout of March Madness. Definitely don't see it being a more wanted figure than the Stranger, but it beat it. So it must be from the people that voted here, from the sampling of this, um, this survey, this contest, it won. But I don't know. I don't know. The guys at Bantha Skull, I think his name's Chris. I know Boss Bounty's his buddy, and he's also buddy with Yak Face here. Those guys are a little bit older than me, and I feel like they hold the original trilogy a little bit closer to the heart than a lot of newer collectors. This is not even near my top 10. This guy, um, rather than a wolf, yeah, maybe. Either way, not a figure that I really want. I mean, I'll get him. I would have got him in the HasLab, but not really one even on my list. I've never even, before the HasLab, I never even thought about this figure as something I would want. Um, but all power to him. He won the contest. That's great. It'll be interesting to see in the next March Madness, if he's in the March Madness, how far he goes. But I feel like it's a lot of recency bias, because a year ago, this guy, without any new media, without anything other than being shown as a tier in the HasLab, this guy has been nowhere in sight. And all of a sudden he won the contest. So awesome. Good for them. Um, if they make it, I'll definitely buy it, but not one that I was after, not in the least. But it looks pretty good. I mean, we did get to, and that's part of the thing I think he won, is we got to see him, rather than it's some kind of a concept, right? That the stranger's a concept. That Hasbro's never shown us a stranger figure in vintage collection, so it's all kind of in your imagination. This figure, they actually showed it to us. They showed what the accessory would be. I think, what was it, a cup and a plaster? So if we didn't have enough cups, um, and he's already done, right? He's already designed. They literally just need to pull the trigger and build him, or print him, whatever, make him. And then he won. Go figure. So, I think it actually, by him winning, it kind of hurts and they could show me all the numerical data they want, but to me, it kind of, it's harder for me to take the contest seriously. So, yeah, yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah, he looks good. Yeah, he looked good in the and see, that's the thing though. So many people wanted him, right? But not enough to spend on but that was a hefty price tag in order to unlock this guy. We were a couple short, couple thousand short, I think. But I still just don't see this as being, um, a really actually wanted figure. I wonder if he made it to the pegs, would he, would he? I don't think he'd be a Rose Tico, but I don't know if he would actually. Well, he might though. He might. It's hard to tell. Again, they showed us this figure. They have it. It's already done. Um, this contest is almost like pushing them to go, hey, look, it won this contest. People really do want that figure. You should just do it. It's already designed. You don't have to put any more money into it. It's already, you know. So again, I kind of feel like I would have rather had 8 or 9 different figures that I voted for personally. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, he won. Good for them. He does look good. Does look good. All right. So that was the Star Wars news. Quite a bit of Star Wars. All that stuff that we talked about just now, all these figures, they went up for pre-order um, on Amazon, on Hasbro Pulse, all of the usual suspects. So if you're interested at all, now's the time to grab them. Be interesting to see how they do. I don't know. This is one of those things where Obi-Wan's a really good known character, so I think he's always going to sell. This guy, he's not as well known, but it's a really good figure. We know because we had the Master Soul already. Even though the Acolyte wasn't the greatest show, figures have been pretty good so far. Um, and the pilot, anybody who bought the E-Wing is going to want this pilot. So there was a built-in audience already to grab this guy. Hey, pirates, welcome, welcome, welcome. When I was planning to give us, yeah, that's a better way to say it than I did, Jeff. It was anticlimactic because we kind of already know we're going to get it. It's probably going to have a different card back now than the one they showed us. So they have to change something. Maybe it won't have the cup now because it's not coming with the cantina, or maybe it will, but it won't have the blaster. They'll change it in some way so it's not the exact same. But I would imagine the figure is going to be exactly the same because it's already done. Yeah, I just want the pilot. Yeah, I was just saying anybody who got the E-Wing is going to want that pilot. And then anyone who, makes ships or has ships and just wants a pilot, because we've never got one, I think, in blue before. This might be the first one in this color blue, right? The New Republic blue. So he looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. But this Aura Singh, it's a bummer because I probably would have grabbed several of these if they would have re-engineered her hips and her ankles. The upper body's not that bad. It's a waist swivel. But the problem always with her was her hips because they're just the good old classic swivel hips. And she's got, kind of normal old school ankles. Just, I don't know. I feel like they should have done more to that. And I haven't seen, I guess we can look, we have the last figure standing thing here. It'd be interesting to look here. Is Aura Singh on this list? Because I don't remember really seeing her on this list or in March Madness. So I'm not sure when they repack a figure like that, where are they pulling the data from that, oh, let's make Aura Singh, Um, and let's pull out the old Aura Singh that's 10 years old or 12 years old. I don't know where they get that info. Um, so army build and head swap. Yeah, it is on a female buck though, right? Or is it? I saw some people say it looks like the lower body is just the Luke, the X-Wing Luke. I'm not quite sure. Um, I'm not quite sure. That helmet looks really cool. But yeah, you definitely could, army build her. Why not? And I don't think really besides her face, anything gives off that, she's a female. I mean, that could be you pop a guy head on there and it looks like a guy. And maybe it is because, they've always said, you can see she has a hinge right there. That's why the Mandos, a lot of the female Mandos don't have hinged wrists because they say that the female wrist is too thin. I'm looking at this and it has a wrist, so it makes me think that that's probably Luke's arm, either X-wing Luke or the one where he flies the snow speeder in Empire. It's kind of hard to tell. I ended up making a custom armor. Yeah, I think a brand new Aura Sing would have sold out. It would have sold out uh, because she's in so much of the lore. Um, but and it's a really cool card back. But this figure is just lacking in so many areas. You know, just it's just too bad. Yeah, see, she might not even have ankles. Do you remember? She might not even have ankle articulation. In fact, I don't know if she does. That's why I always thought the Clone Wars one was better, but it's thinner. All the Clone Wars figures were very cartoony, so she's thinner, but she had the good hips and ankles. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure why this figure. So let's see. Let's see. I'm just curious to see if I click that. Is Aura Sing on this list? Let's click all. I'm just curious now. Wow, so she didn't make the list. So I think you had to have at least 10 votes to make the list, I believe was what they said. So that tells me she didn't even have 10 votes. Um, but they felt that they needed to reissue her. So I don't know. I don't know. Another good thing to check since we've got time here. Let's go here and look up what is the resale on Aura Sing. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Aura. No, I spelled it right. Let's see, where is she? That's for 2 figures. There she is. Whoa, 300. But why? It's graded. And this is the same version right here, I think, but in black for $10. Here she is for 18, which is what a new figure costs now is 18, 17.99 pretty much. Yeah, see, I don't see a big market for that figure, but maybe they know something. Their internal data tells them something that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you think about that? All right, let's close these out. And I want to move on just for a sec now. I want to talk about these Joy Toy gladiators because these look sick. Have you guys taken a look at these? I think they can pivot up and down, but no rocker. Yeah. Black version is 5 POA. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I think I have every version of Aura Sing. And that's why I say the Clone Wars version is actually the best one, articulation wise. And she's probably expensive. Most of the Clone Wars figures are kind of expensive now. Commander Gree, there's a few of them that are pretty expensive. All right, but let's talk about these Joy Toy Roman gladiators, man. They look fantastic. How many do we have here? It looks like we've got 5 different ones. Are you guys interested? Are you guys collecting any of the fantasy stuff that Joy Toy's putting out? Whether it's the Roman guys, gladiators, they're nice and beefy. Yeah, they are. What else? The Jang Hu line. Yeah, they do. They do appear to have butterflies. Looks like they have the right there. You can see right there. It looks like a butterfly and a bicep swivel. They look fantastic. They really do. Yeah, wings. Yeah, these guys look fantastic. I even like this little stand here. They're almost like they're little statues that you could, help you display them. Um, but it doesn't have a peg on it. I see there's a peg here. I don't, is the idea you put him on the stand with the peg and then you put the stand on top, or you just stand him right on there? But that looks really, really good. All of their masks look really good. I do have the Boss Fight Studio Gladiator pack. I have 2 of them actually, and I made a couple of gladiators with their blanks type series. Oh, right, yeah, definitely. So one of the ideas I had was I do have the Star Wars the Geonosian playset for the arena, and was to take some of these guys and put them in there and make that kind of look like some space age kind of gladiator thing. It's a big playset, and just haven't gotten to it yet. But I do have some of the Romans and the Jang Hu stuff. So I definitely want to grab these. Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite line. I did this on purpose. So twice now on my YouTube channel, I did a vote, like your favorite. Hopefully, you guys voted on it. I guess you still could. Your favorite toy lines, or who's the best 118 company. And the first year I did it, obviously my channel was smaller. It's still small, right? I think I got, you could look, I think it was like 7 votes, but Joy Toy won. And exactly a year later, and I think I'm going to do this yearly, at least as long as I'm here on YouTube. Again, what's your favorite? And this year I got, I think 17 votes. So I doubled the vote, and Joy Toy still won. So I think Joy Toy is actually probably for most 118. Chime in now. Feel free to chime in. Um, I think most people's favorite 118 line. And it does seem to, they've got sci-fi, they've got fantasy. Um, they pretty much have all the genre military, real world military, World War II, modern military. They pretty much have every genre covered. Um, so I think it's hard, oh, I don't like the fantasy stuff, but man, they got great military stuff. And someone go, oh, I don't like the military stuff, but I love the sci-fi stuff. And they got Warhammer, and they've got the Corvus Belly, and they got so many different lines. Probably the number one 118 toy company in terms of scope, quality, and quantity. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, and this kind of stuff that we've got right here, it looks so good. I just tuned in, just got back into 118. Oh, great, great. Yeah, that stuff's great. I posted a couple videos this week, um, and a few more things came in. My Destro came in. Destro, Flint, um, Destro, Flint, someone else. I got to do a haul video. So much pre-order stuff came in. It's going to be a great haul video. I think my next video, I started this live stream out. So the next couple weeks, um, I think I'm going to do a Boss Fight Studio Court of the Dead video, and I'm definitely going to do a haul video. So look for that soon. Yeah, welcome back to 118. Welcome to the party. But man, these Joy Toy figures look so good. So good. Let's see. That's only the second one. I think there's 5 of them, right? So we got this guy. Look at that mask. That looks fantastic. Mine came 2. Firefly, Beachhead. Yeah, that's the other guy. Coco, Flint, and Destro. Yeah. If Joy Toy's number 1, who's number 2? That's a good question. Stop collecting Acid Rain World. Oh, really? Grimy, welcome. Grime City. I didn't know you were here. Thank you for stopping by. Only browse Joy Toy now. Crazy expensive, lacks diversity. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. The pop and swap of Joy Toy is so, man, it's so nice, for customizers and people that like to make their own figures. I know a couple of you, Pirates, I know you make a lot of your own stuff too, your customs. Um, the Corvus Belly line, yeah. You got a big haul coming. All right. Awesome. But yeah, this Joy Toy stuff. I mean, There's no reason why you couldn't pop the head off of this guy and throw him on a Corvus Belly buck, and there you go. You got a brand new sci-fi character, or the other way around. I mean, any of the Joy Toy stuff, it's so versatile with what they're doing. Um, Man, and you're right. I think Pirates you said or Jabalong, these guys are real beefy. You could tell this is like a new buck, I'm pretty sure. I think I might be using the same buck for all four, or five, but they're different armor, different head, different clothes, different weapons. It looks like different ethnicity. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You get a good looking buck, that butterfly that you brought up earlier, Pirates. It can be done at this scale. These look really good. They look really high quality. They do. They do. This is kind of the classic kind of from the Gladiator kind of, right? From the movie a bit. Looks really good. There's the Boss Fight Studio Gladiator pack that I mentioned. It has a helmet very, very similar to this. This is sort of the Gladiator trope, right? This helmet right here. It's always kind of used constantly. Um, but this is Joy Toy's take. It looks great. It still looks great though. Um, those new yellow figs coming from Infinity. Yeah, we talked about those last time. They are. I know. I took a second look at them. I was interested. Bunch on pre-order. Oh, do you Army built them, huh? Yeah, and there's one. It's a big mech too, right? Like a big guy. So with the Gladiator movie, yeah, that's true. That movie is coming out, right? Pedro Pascal. I think he's in it. And this guy. And this is also kind of the helmet from Gladiator the movie. Got the teardrop. Man, that looks good though. All of these guys, they look really good. They look really good. I am going to try to grab these. Um, all of them, if I can. One of each. And I believe they're up on Locker Toys now, or LT Cave. So hopefully I can try to grab them. They also what did they also showed off a couple of these 40K Tyrannades, Hive Fleet Leviathan. I do have a couple of the first batch of these guys. They're a lot of fun. They're really good. Don't know if I'll get any more. Um, I did want to get two more of the small ones. Um, not this one in particular, but those new bucks, yeah. But I think there's like four different versions here. They call this one number 3. I think they number them. There's 3. This is the Ripper. It's like a slug almost. Looks cool. Stands on its tail. The tail in the big one that I've got is kind of got a rubbery you kind of articulate it a little bit. Pretty awesome. Here's number 1. So they have a 1, a 2, a 3, and this Ripper. So I guess that's 4. And they look good. I've noticed that these ones, the ones that I have, they look just like this, but they have hands that can hold weapons like guns, where these ones have the straight claw. That other one the Ripper looked like a slug. I'm not sure totally the difference with this one. Looks like he has a horn kind of in the nose. These are fun. These are a lot of fun. Oh, this one has a gun here. This one has a big gun. So he has hands. Very cool. Very cool. I do think these are up on LT Cave now, if you're interested. I would like to get a few more, but these are lower on my want list with all the other things that I want. So I probably will not grab these. All right, so we looked at the gladiators. Gladiators, yes, gonna try to get those. Probably pass on the high fleet here, but you never know. You never know if there's a big sale. You never know. You never know. You guys interested at all in these the high fleet Leviathan? I'm more interested in like these guys than some of the 40K Marines and stuff. I've pretty much stayed away from them. I like the more alien kind of ones like the Tau Empire. Um, they fit a little bit more into my universe. Okay, what was the next thing I wanted to look at? Oh, so Skeletron. I don't know if you guys have picked up any of the Skeletron figures, but I did just get, it'll be in my next haul video. Um, after 2 years, like a lot of the Skeletron stuff, the Jungle Trooper did show up. He is in stock. This is a really good. Oh, and I guess the O-ring figure is too. I'm not a big O-ring guy, but this ghost has shown up as well. So these are now in stock to order if you're interested. I do have to admit the cards look really good. These card backs look really cool, very classic. Just not a big O-ring person. Um, but the Jungle Trooper is now in stock. Got this sort of stand pack. They're offering this sort of bundle deal. I did get my comic book, my #1. Skeleton looks so dope. Yeah, he does. He does look pretty good. If I was gonna go get an O-ring, yeah, yeah, I might grab that. But I don't know. But I did get a couple of these guys recently. Um, he looks really good. I know that they've really been pushing the fact that these guys are compatible with Marauders, because it's kind of a Marauder, a modern or a what would you say, a more articulated Marauders buck, because they made him in conjunction, I guess, with Marauders or from the same factory. And I think this camouflage, you can actually buy this a plain buck with this type camouflage on Marauders website. But they are up now. I did get my order. They look really good. Been happy with all of the Skeletron stuff. I do have this guy here. I army built this guy and this guy and this jungle one. He appears, pretty much to be the same figure, but camouflaged, obviously. Um, Looks closer to the wolf than the Geyer wolf, than the silver one. Looks closer to the red one. Yeah, me too. I thought about that. I don't want to harp on O-ring too much because I do like O-ring, but I was thinking about this the other day and it's an aesthetic thing I think for me. And the O-ring doesn't add anything to the figure, when you try to pose it because it's an O-ring, it kind of snaps back, right? Because that rubber band brings tension. Where a modern figure, when you bend it, at the waist, say, it will hold that pose. Where an O-ring, it's much more difficult. Um, and really the proportion is it's weird. It's just not aesthetically, to my liking. But I do see the nostalgia factor being a major, uh, you know, uh, pushing that and people going, wow, I really, and nostalgia is a big thing. I mean, I get the nostalgia myself from modern figures, but not the O-rings. But it's a modern form skin. Yeah, yep, exactly. You read my mind. You were typing that while I was saying it, huh? But yeah, these are up. These are up for sale now, and I think if you like modern figures, you will like this figure. Um, whether it's the red one or the silver one, if you haven't got one, um, they're pretty good. They're not perfect. I think the backpack doesn't stay in quite that well. I did have a little bit of the silver on my silver one kind of chip off around the ankle and on the peg of the backpack wherever it rubs. You sort of get that chrome kind of comes off, but otherwise, great figures. Yeah, me too. Me too. Exactly. Yeah. Rarely buy out in nostalgia, right? Because if I wanted nostalgia, I would go and buy the toys from the 80s that I used to play with, but I don't. So, but credit to those guys that do, because it's expensive. But it is a lot of fun. I did restore on the channel. I have it Oh, how do I do that? Right up there. I do have one of my old GI Joe toys that I restored on the channel. That video's on here if you want to take a look at it if you haven't already. I hope you have. Um, that was kind of fun to restore it by trying to find all the parts and stuff. Um, but I can't see doing that as my hobby, you know. But to each their own. Collect what you want, how you want to, and have fun. It's all about having fun. Um, so yeah, so that is those are up if you're interested. I can recommend them. They're really good. They're not cheap, but you get what you pay for. And I think if you get one, like a lot of candy, you'll want another one, you want some more. So, okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and this is a little different. Um, but I think that's right. That's what I kind of bring to my channel, right? I'm a little different. This kind of stuff that I like is a little different than what the other guy on the other channel's doing. Um, there's this was on Backer Kit. This is a realistic 1/18 scale woolly mammoth. It did fund, so it's a little more expensive now if you didn't get in the Backer Kit when it was funding. But this is like an anatomically correct woolly mammoth and cub, and it's really cool. It's really cool. You can see it went way over its goal, and they're making this right now. So it's now gone to Backer Kit. You can buy this figure. You can pre-order it. It's quite expensive, but they have a few different versions. Um, but the kind of the pull to this is the guys that designed it. I think it's Creative Beast Studios. Yeah, the same guys that are doing the Beasts of the Mesozoic. So they do the anatomically, scientifically correct dinosaurs um, that are accurate. This isn't like a interpretation or anything. This is they had real scientists work on this stuff. This is as close as you can get to the real thing. Um, yeah, yeah. I was kind of thinking maybe I might get the little cub here because it's more in my sort of my price range. Um, but they do have the same mammoth, but at a smaller scale, which you could still use. But this big boy here is really nice. You can get the 2-pack here. I think it comes with 3 sets of tusks, like a broken one, full one, and like a female one without tusks, so you can plug it so it doesn't have tusks. I think that's how it works. Quite expensive. And it's all I think about 10 or $15 more than what it is would have been if you would have backed it when it was funding. But I just want to put it out there because if you have any of like the Boss Fight Studio Tarzans or anything like that, this is kind of in that world. Could be fantasy as well as a mount. It looks really cool. I was tempted to back it, and I asked my son, are you interested in this at all? Because if he would have said yes, I might have done it, but he wasn't. So I moved away from it, but it did fund. That was before it funded. But they're making them. They're expensive, but it's to scale. It's a beautiful beast. Caveman, yeah. Yeah, and there's different, that's why I was thinking, the Boss Fight Studio Tarzan. If you have that Marvel Legends or Marvel Universe, the girl from the Savage Land, I forget her name. I want to say Tila, but she's from He-Man, but maybe it is Tila. There are some figures that can really go with this, the Jane, the Tarzan and the Jane from Boss Fight Studio, but it could be anything, you could put anything on this guy and ride him in fantasy into battle, or it could be, in your Star Wars and your, whatever. It's just very expensive, but I think it's because it's so well done. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy price. But I just wanted to make you guys aware. Shanna, that's her. That's her. Yeah. She's kind of a cave woman type, right? With her outfit. But this thing's out there. It funded. A lot of people bought it. Um, over 1,000 backers you can see here. Uh, and they went way over their goal here. What is that? Almost 20, 30,000. So they went over their goal quite a bit. Um, It's out there. It's out there. Says it ships in 25, so there's plenty of time. Uh, Maybe they'll have some kind of a sale. I was kind of considering just getting this little guy. He'd be kind of cool to have on Tatooine, but I just want to put it out there. I had been tracking this, but I hadn't heard too many people talking about it. Oh, okay. What if Nebula? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I do have that figure, the Shayna. Just one. Just one. All right. So we talked about that. Let's do our Kickstarter update. So last two, this is my third live now. The other two we did do I did kind of look at some of the Kickstarters that are going right now. So now we're gonna kind of check up on them. It's been 2 weeks, see where we're at. Dime Novel Legends. Let's just refresh this just in case. So we're at 145. I think Jeff, I think you said 2 weeks ago you thought we might top out at 150. So we're getting close. Still 2 weeks left. Still a lot of time. It's looking good. It's looking really good. I think he's gonna send out. Is it J, not JR, JA, the guy from that runs this thing. I think he's been sending out an update like every Monday, kind of giving us the count of the figures, because I think there's some minimum order for the figures to meet so that they can all be produced. And look forward to seeing that tomorrow. But where are we at now? I think another set of hands unlocked and another horse, right? Let's see if we can get down. I should have set this up. Should have set this up. Sorry about that. Hope not getting you dizzy. So, oh, the saddle. Here we go. Now I'm thinking 200 on this. Oh, really? Let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, they unlocked the cavalry saddle and bridle. And they're really close to Nightshade here, about 5,000 away. This definitely looks really good. Nice. I'm really happy that this is going through. I have decided though I'm not going to put anything else into it. I might shift things around, but even as things unlock, I just can't up my my pledge. Just I made a number. I'm sticking to it. It's going to make it more difficult as more things unlock, but I've got to stay where I'm at. Strong draw. Yeah, I saw that in the update. Yeah, they do have a lot more stuff that they're going to draw. Uh, this figure looks really good. I know he's on their store right now. Yeah, I'm still holding out hope that we can get this guy right here. I really want this guy. I don't know if we'll get there though. He's at the 200. Maybe we will. 225. I have to get that saddle to make. Yeah, yeah, you definitely can. You can come in at the. I think if you come in at the $50 pledge, there's a lot of strategies to this, right? You could come in at the $50 pledge, and you'll get this guy for free. You'll also get, with the $50, presumably you get a horse, or you can get that saddle and something else. Having this figure as a free kind of throw in, and let's be honest, these chicken fried toys are like $30 a figure, so they're giving you a $30 figure. So I think in my mind, you have to kind of equate that when you're buying something. You're going, look, if I spend 100, I'm actually getting 130 worth. If I'm spending 50, I'm actually getting 80. So it just makes the deal real sweet. But the only way to get that free figure is to get in on this Kickstarter. Yeah, that's a really good figure, the Michael Bell. That might actually be my favorite figure that I have of theirs. I have 3 of them, but I would like to get some more. But I like to get a lot of things. Yeah, I want the native guy. Yeah, this guy is awesome. And he's free. He's pretty much free if you get in. You just have to. You just have to back, I think, at the minimum, right? The $50. So do the $50 and then pick a couple things and you get Walks in Two Worlds. I was surprised when he showed. I should have pulled up the email. I'd have to dig through my email though. I don't want to do that in front of you guys. But I think this figure right here, right, Jeff? This is the most ordered figure now. I think this Rough Country. I think he surpassed all of the other ones. I think, or was it the Scarlet Dragoon? Dragoon. But that's the thing in that email. He kind of shows you how many of each one has been ordered. And I think this Rough Country was actually the number one figure, which I was kind of surprised because he's not on my list. He's cool though, but he looks really good, but you can only get so many. Spirit. I know. Yeah, definitely a spirit. Yeah, I like this one too. I like this one too. And I think this was the most. So that's what I mentioned this before. I know to Jeff, I've talked to you about this, in a chat before. I'm actually more interested in the weird and Western tales like this subline than the normal line. Um, I just like the offering that they can, Krampus, they can offer like different stuff rather than just the bartender and the cowboy, and that they can give you that cowboys and aliens. They can kind of give you those off brand weird Western figures. Um, but yeah, this guy looks really good. Comes with the booze bottle. Gotta have that. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good. Um, let's talk about this one. Last week I showed you guys this one. It's not moving. It hasn't moved too much. You guys remember this one? This is Shield of the Interceptor. I have been following it. This guy's been what was his name? JD. He's been messaging. If you backed it, you get the messages. Hey Timbo, how are you? Yeah, he does remind me of Cross Country. It's the hat. Oh, he's got that Confederate or that Civil War style hat. And I did have Rough Country. That was actually my favorite GI Joe vehicle, I think. I still have the little hovercraft part. The big piece I lost, but I still have the little hovercraft that came out of the back. But yeah, that's a good one. I would have to sci-fi them up. Yeah, all of these figures can be sci-fied up, right? Um, but this guy, JD here, he he posted a couple videos. I'll see if I can click on them and we can watch them. But he did end up showing the rest of the line. I think he was reluctant to show anything, but he's been encouraged to do so. At least that's what he said in the messages. It doesn't seem like it's helped the Kickstarter at all. There's still a lot of time on this Kickstarter, and I don't think 43,000 is that much, especially compared to what we just saw. Right, the woolly mammoth and the dime novel legends. Those were in the hundreds, thousands. He doesn't seem to need that much, but there's just not a lot of meat on the bone in this Kickstarter. Um, but I really like the figures. But he did post a couple updates, and he showed a video. Not that one, this one. And he showed off some of the other figures in the line if it funds where he would like to go. So these two here, this blue one and the black one, are the offering for now. He goes on, this is the 30-second video, so we'll watch it. But he shows off here some of the baddies, and they look really good. I really want this to go through. I mean, look at these look awesome. I'd really like this thing to go through. Hey, Sentinel, you made it. Thanks for coming. But some of these baddies look really good. This is it reminds me a lot of Marvel Universe. I think it's reasonable, what his campaign, what he's after, but it's just there's not enough people talking about it. Um, yeah, they're interesting, right? I just don't know. I don't think it's gonna make it, but I did back it. Um, with like I said last time, with the idea that I'm not gonna have to pay for it, but I wanted to help it a little bit, so I did, and this is my other part of helping it is by telling you guys about it. So if you're interested at all, please feel free. But it does look pretty good. I like these figures. I know Pirates, you said it's not your thing. You know, I completely understand. Um, I think I would like. Oh, see, in this one too. This is a new one here, and it's kind of an homage to Storm Shadow. He says so. He did release this one, or he put this one up, this white and black version, and then he released that video that kind of had the next wave if he could get to it. Unfortunately, I don't think he will. But you can see here, these are some of the bad guys. I think they look pretty good. I could definitely add these guys to my universe. You can see here, I showed this last time. Here they are in scale with some of the other figures. Toy City, I'm in disguise. Yes, that is Sentinel. It's the bulky shoulders. Yeah, they're pretty. I think that's why I was saying, see him next, Pirates next to the captain here. They remind me a lot of Marvel Universe. And Marvel Universe, um, 10, 15 years. They're pretty old. They're 12, at least 12 years ago. They're pretty dated now. Um, so yeah, he's got a lot of things against him, but he's an artist and he's trying and I hope he succeeds. Um, but yeah, I like how some of the bad guys look, especially like this big green guy here. I think that would be a cool figure. Um, of course, I would like you. I would sci-fi him up. I'd sci-fi him up. All right, what was the other one? Oh, another O-ring, another O-ring. This chaos O-ring. These are the guys, right? That did the ninjas, which I backed. I did back the ninjas one, and I did back this one. You like the green guy too? Yeah, the green guy looks pretty good, huh? Um, I did back this one. I think the only one here that really appeals to me is this scientist guy. So I backed this hoping that I might get this guy. That would be all I'd be after in this first wave. Um, Legends of the Hidden Force, that's what I was thinking. Um, yeah, I know it's not everyone's thing. Um, I do like this scientist though. I do like how he looks. In my head I kind of imagine what I could use him for. Um, I'm not sure this one's going to fund either. The O-Ring Ninjas. Yeah, that's these guys, Whiskey Jack Toys. Um, I did back the Legends of the Hidden Force, and I think I'm gonna get 3 or 4 of those figures. I'd have to go look back at my pledge. Um, yeah, I saw that, and I didn't get to watch it. I did see that he was on. Yeah, Brian had him on. That's cool. Yeah. I think they're Canadians, right? I think there's a Canadian guy in Vancouver. I think. Um, but I like the scientist guy here. If it funds, this would be the guy I would grab. I think I put $50 in the pot. Um, right there, yeah, 58. I think the 8 was the shipping. So maybe I could get 2 of these if it goes. I'm not sure this one's gonna make it. I'm not sure this one's gonna make it. The Legends of the Hidden Force, it made it. It didn't go, quite as big as what we just saw with the Dime Novel Legends, or we saw with Skeletron or some of the bigger ones. Um, But it might get through. This one might get through. I saw he's posted he's making the rounds. He was on Brian's show today. I know he's going to be on some of the other shows coming up. Yeah, no, not yet. 20 days left. I think they still have time. And he's making the rounds right now and on the Toy Tubers channels. Um, I think that'll help it a lot. And I think 50, whenever I see something like, 50 or less, I always feel like there's a good chance. That's why I like the dime novel when it's in the hundreds of thousands, I'm always like, wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, $100,000. 50 is a lot. The last one we looked at was 43, 44. That's a lot. But nothing, 140 and 100, that's a huge jump. Huge jump. um, Not just in money, but how many backers you need and like what the average person would put in. Because I would imagine, I mean, that's 100,000 is a lot of money. So I am. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Timbo. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed, in the last couple of weeks, because I've been doing these live streams, that I think it's helped. I noticed my things went up, my view count and time watched, and of course the subscriber went up too. Yeah, so I mean, there you go. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I backed this for $50. I don't think it's going to go through, to be honest. I want it to. I hope it does. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it does. To exchange it comes to 70 Canadian. Yeah, see, exactly, too much. And that's why I was thinking too. It's like that's for me, that's my threshold. Like I don't think I can help this one any more than that. Um, and again, kind of like the last one, I hate to be like the wet blanket, but I kind of feel like I backed it thinking I'm not going to do it. Like it's not going to go through, so I don't have too much to worry about. And if it does, it's not that much. Like my commitment to it isn't that much. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I'm at with this. But I think, like, to me, out of these, like, these 4 here, the only one that really interests me is this doctor, because he's a doctor, and I think I could use him. Maybe he's Mindbender's assistant, or, he's working in the lab, making dinosaurs in Jurassic World or something. If those don't go through, do you get yeah, you do. You never pay until it goes through, if it goes through. So, there's no real commitment, you know, the worst case scenario, it goes through and then they charge me $50. So it's one of those things. I backed it with, like I said, I hate to be like negative about it. I actually hope it goes through and everything, but realistically, I don't think it's going to. Makumba, which one's Makumba? Is that this guy with the skull? Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I knew that was the one. Yeah, he does. Voodoo Doctor. Yeah, see, they always good stories. These the Whiskey Jack guys, they do have the lore and they thought it out with the Hidden Force ones too. It was like that G.I. Joe kind of ninja subline. They really have thought it out. They've really put a lot into it. You could tell. Um, but they're O-rings, you know. So I don't know how you guys feel. Do you think the O-ring thing was it a fad? Do you see it still going? Do you see it keep going? Because isn't Grindhouse Toys they're about to do like a modern O-ring line. I think they kind of announced that. Over 500 now? Me? Oh, that's news to me. I didn't start the stream with 500. So thank you to whoever subscribed if you're here. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's nice. That's great. That's great news. Um, but yeah, these guys, their stories really well thought out. Yeah, I did start with 4.99. And I mean, when I got up this morning, I think I only had 4.97. So I must have got a couple today. Yeah. O-rings are for nostalgia. It was me. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Lons Dragon. Appreciate that. I guess so. That's what they say. That's what they say, Timbo. Because it's new material, like a lot of things. It's like a new kind of rubber band. And I think they emphasize too with like call sign longbow and Operation Recall that the hands, right, and maybe the Super 7 ones too, the hands are a little bit softer so the thumb won't break. Um, I think that's kind of some of the modernization upgrades that they've done in the material. 501 now. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I think it was Lone Dragon here. He says it was him. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, they're not my thing. But you're right, Sentinel. This one does look kind of cool. This one does look cool. But I'm topped out $50. So that's all that's as far as I can go. Super 7 feels cheap, to be honest. I saw those for the first time at Target the other day, but they only had a Snake Eyes and a Cover Girl. And I thought if I was gonna try one, the only one I was gonna try was the Bat. And of course it wasn't there. But I haven't heard that many good things about the Super 7 ones. Um, it was weird too because they had those on the same peg as the 5 points GI Joe that they do. So they were just all in a line, and I kind of went through. I was like, oh, there's a couple of the O-ring ones in here, right with the reaction 5 point ones. So I think if I find that bat, but man, they're $20 too. That's the other thing. I think they're $20. So I would try one, and if I, I I'd be surprised if I felt compelled then to get 5 more or something, but you never know. You never know. Um, yeah, and see, some people seemed happy with them. Some people did. And I think Big Bad did the Crimson Twins, right? In the suits with the briefcases. And those kind of interest me, but I just wish, like a lot of things, I wish they were modern. They were modern figures with modern articulation. As soon as it says O-ring, I pause and I go, it's got to be really good. Why the bats are blue, I don't know either. I know they did an Ultimates bat in blue as well, right? Is that like the snow version? Or like I don't know. I'm not sure where the blue comes from. They've always been black I have a poster there and there's a 25th anniversary one right there. They've always been black to my knowledge. It should say no ring. Yeah, yeah, it should. That's how I feel, yeah. Never seen blue in any media. Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know if that's just creator's license, or, creator choice. All right, so kind of Kickstarter, not Kickstarter. We're gonna move to the next topic here. And we've talked about this in the first live, I think I did. Looks like Zika sent out an email. I don't know if you guys saw this email, because I do follow them. I hit the little follow button on Kickstarter. So whenever Zika, whenever they back something or they put up a new project or they issue an update, even if you don't back it, you'll get the email. And they sent out an email this week saying, we're closing the Kickstarter. We're shutting it down. Everyone's going to get refunded. We found someone to back it. It's going to be made no matter what. Please go to our website and purchase it here. We've dropped $100 off the price, and they're all the same price now, and you can get one pre-order from our website. And it's good to go. We don't need to crowdfund it. All your money will be returned to you, or all your pledges will be, don't worry about it. Or cancel them. Please go to our website and purchase it here. So it went from $430 to $330, which is quite a bit to drop the price. And they're going to make it no matter what. So yeah, it's on Big Bad. And that, I always say, that's probably the place you'd want to order it, because they're not going to charge you till it shows up. And these aren't supposed to come until 25 October, Halloween of 2025, it says right here. So you have a whole year before you're going to get charged, and it's $100 less. So they definitely sweetened the pot. I still don't think I'm going to get it though. It's too much for me. But I did see someone say that, and it was on Instagram, so it wasn't official, that I heard that they might have upscaled it a bit to go to 118, but nothing that I read says that. So if you've heard that, let me know. It's overpriced. I think so. I think so. It's still right. They took $100 off, but it still seems a bit overpriced, doesn't it? I'm not getting it, but it's kind of an interesting. The story kind of went the other way, because now they've Big Bad must have backed them, and they don't need to go the crowdfund route anymore. Yeah, it's 3 3/4. That's another reason why if I can't fit a modern, 4-inch figure in there, I'm out. I'm out. Uh, BBTS has it. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the upcharge because they're not gonna charge you for a year, where I think if you try to check out right now with this, you put this in your cart and check out, I think they're gonna charge you right now. I'm pretty sure from Zyka's website. So maybe they want that up front. Save yourself 100 and man, it's even more 440. So it would fit Star Wars figures. It would. It would fit 375. Um, yeah, and some of the reaction figures, even though they're 5 points, it fit all those O-rings that we've kind of been talking about. Um, so it will fit some 375. But I always say it's better to get a 118 vehicle and put a 375 in it or a 118 in it. But once you go to 375, it's almost impossible to get that 118 figure in there. Price point's too high for that. Paid 200 for the APC. Oh, you've got the APC. I've always wanted that. And that lit up and it scaled. It did. The astronauts, they're a modern 4-inch IBN. Yeah, I think that's what's weird is I think those astronauts are actually a good price because it's 4 figures for 50 bucks. So, what's that, like $12 a figure or about 12.50 or something like that. That's actually a pretty good price. But they're O-rings. Again, they're O-rings, they're 375. It's not my thing. Not my thing. Yeah, so see that ship. Empire Torworks touch. That's true. I wonder. I bet you he gets it. I bet you he gets everything. That guy gets everything. uh, uh, Hyatt did a APC for Aliens for the Aliens movie for the Colonial Marines. They did two versions. Um, I have heard it's a little fragile. Like some of the pieces on the outside, pirates could probably speak to it. I had that exact ship when I was a kid. Oh, they followed the same design. Okay. I was not aware of this franchise before this Kickstarter. It is $50 for 4 figures. That's what I thought too. Aliens. Yeah. Is that what I said? I say Predator? I meant Aliens. Aliens. Yeah. Yeah. The black version. Yeah. There's a black one and a green one, right? One had flame effects. I think it came with like flame effects and one didn't. Is that how you guys remember it? I wanted to get that really bad. I had it in my cart a couple times on Amazon, but it was like the price of this. It was like $300, so I could never do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, space. Yeah, I had not heard of it. I had to look it up because I had never seen this or heard of it, and I didn't know any kids who had it, so I never saw it before. The high APC, I think it was like 300 or two, at least two something. I don't know. I don't know if Pirates wants to share what he paid for it or um, what Tech 489. I don't know if they want to share what they paid because it did fluctuate, right? I think when it came out, it was pretty high, and it kind of fluctuated, and then now it's kind of. But I don't think they're making them anymore, so they're a little more rare. Yeah, 300. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a collectible, not a toy. Yeah, yeah. The non-damaged one. Okay. Do you think the green one non-damaged and the black one's damaged, or is that it's the opposite? 250 Canadian. Okay, so that I think that's like 300, right? Dollars. I don't know. I don't know the conversion. Oh, you can. Yeah. Huh. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, this is interesting. It's no longer Kickstarter. You can get it right off their website. Um, they're gonna make them, and what was there? There's three versions, right? I think there's at least three or two versions. Got the white one, got the green one. I personally kind of like the green one a little more. It's a work of art. Yeah, yeah. Don't let the kids play with it. But I kind of like the green one a little bit more myself. All right. Um, okay. So what was the last thing I had here? Oh, let's see. So for you guys that do acid rain, this was shared with me a couple days ago. That's the one hand, the white one. Oh, okay. Oh, you had that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that green one. Someone shared this with me a few days ago. It looks like they're still up. I don't know if you guys are, I know some of you guys don't like acid rain. They're very expensive. But right now, they do have this sand trooper, which I've been told is really good. He's only 25.99, which for acid rain figure is pretty good. The pricing, the shipping's gonna, get you if you don't, but the money you save on the figure with the shipping, it should even out. But this guy's a pretty sought after figure. I think this is a reissue because some of the other this sand in the title here, they just came out with a Bucks team, right? And that's in sand. Excuse me. So they've kind of issued these guys, and they're only 25.99. That's really good price for Acid Rain. If you're curious about them at all, um, but the price has always been a sticking point. This is where I think you want to kind of jump in. It's an army builder. It's 25.99. I think even the Star Wars Vintage Collection Deluxe figures are more than this. Um, the Hyatt Toys GI Joes are the same price. The Joy Toys are even more than this. So if you're interested at all, I just want to share it with you guys. They also have this set here, which I think has the same figure, but it does come with this kind of wall that you can build. It's $10 more. They look like marionettes. Child and Twisted Star Review, Answer Rainbow. Oh, okay. Oh, you saw Javelon's the book. Yeah, the video on the book. The green one is the one in the non-damaged one. Okay. I can't get in Acid Rain. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not for everybody. I know Pirates doesn't like the proportions. They're not. They're not for everybody. It's a bit boutique. It's a bit boutiquey. Um, but I think the biggest factor for most people um, is the price. No one's going to try out something for $50, but at 25, it's more comparable, right? It's a lot more comparable. Even a vintage collection figure here, just a standard, it's $18, and then with tax, it's almost $20 for a Star Wars figure of each. So this being at 25, it's pretty good deal. I have, yes, I have, and I have pre-ordered that. I did pre-order that Red Sonja, um, hoping that they do more than just her. I don't know much about Red Sonja. I did pre-order that. Did any of you guys pre-order the Red Sonja? It's been a couple weeks since we talked about it. Um, but yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Boss Fight Studio. In fact, I think they just today said that they did an update on their website, or they put out that update thing that they do. This one right here, this tab updates. Let's see if they added any 118 news. Nope. Virtual and Hacks Wave 8 is tooling. That looks like it. Don't have much else. Everything else is 112 scale, I think. I like the new orc. Yep, I went after that orc too. Never pre-ordered, but I do want that Red Sonja. Yep. You have some cool figures. Yep. You want a Cyborg? Oh, you got the Red Sonja? Good, good. Gonna get the full scale, yeah. So boss fight here, we'll click on it. Where to go? It's under hero hacks, right? So where is the hero hacks? There it is. We'll take a look at it. This is the guy, this Tarzan Jane I thought would look good with that woolly mammoth. Where is she? There she is. Look at her. All her glory. Great looking figure. Yeah. Pre-ordered, I think, Q2 of 25. It's got quite a ways to go. Q2, that's at least what, probably 5-6 months at least. Boss Fight Studio isn't really known for being on time either. Like a lot of these small, companies, it's a average. It's sort of, hey, it's supposed to be here around that time. Rohan figures at Walmart. So I did see one of those Rohan figures, the old guy that looks like Odin. and I was tempted. He looked really good in person. Is she on BBTS? She is on BBTS. Yes, she is. That's actually where I ordered her, on BBTS. Um, I was surprised at how good they looked, and I'll be really honest with you guys. I was like, you know what? It looks really good. I think I'm gonna get it as long as it's not 20 bucks. And you know, at Walmart now, you have the app and you scan it. They don't have like at Target where they have a kiosk where you scan it. So I scanned it and it was 19.99, and I said, no, I'm not gonna get it. But I thought what was interesting was there was only one. It was just that one. And it wasn't in the toy section, it was in the collector's section that Walmart has in the movie section. So they have that collector's corner, and that's where the Rohan figure was on a peg. It was the only one. They were not in the toy section. So maybe that's kind of how they're justifying the price, is those are in the collector section with the NECA, with the Super 7, the Ultimates, Lion-O and Monkeyin, and some of the Super 7 Godzilla and stuff like that. They're in that section. They're not in the toy section. I couldn't do it for 20 bucks though. I thought, 10 or 12 bucks, I probably would have got it just to try it, but not at 20. Not at 20. I just couldn't do it, you know. All right. The boss fight dwarf and the halfling figures. Yeah, they do. Let's look at those. Let's look at those. Vitruvian hacks. Here they are. I picked up two of these guys. The orc guy, on BBTS. Well, actually, that's not true. I got one on BBTS and I got one on here. Kind of playing who's going to get it first. So I did pay for this one. The BBTS one I did not. So I could always cancel that one. Oh, you found him in the collector's corner too. Yeah. They had the whole wave. Oh, okay. Oh, so you could have got the troll. The troll looked really good. The troll looked the best. Good size on him. Hobbit figures were awesome too. Had they canceled that line? Yeah, I did get the wolf, or the like the wolf with that goblin on it, and I got one of the big bad guys. Yeah, I couldn't do it either for 20. Yeah, just not for that. Not for 5 points or six, right? I said 6 points. Someday I'll have the Gandalf. Yeah, I don't know. I might have that Gandalf. He might have came in a lot that I bought of figures, and there was like random stuff in it, O-rings and different lines. He wasn't complete though. I'd have to look at that. Let me look into that for you, Sentinel. Um, that is a good line. I still see it every now and then, like comic book stores and stuff. There'll be like one or two. But yeah, the little dwarf guys were cool. This whole line, I mean, I'm just glad they're still going with these hacks. They've been really quiet, really slow on them. And Pirates, I know that you messaged them one time. Where's the sci-fi stuff? Where's all the things that they promised us? Or, I don't say promised, but teased us with. Because that's what I want. That's what I really want. But, these look really good too. Like I said, I got this guy and I got the red Sonia. I didn't grab any of the little guys. Um, I grabbed the Azog. Which one's the Azog? Oops, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Let me see. Which one is the Azog? Ruskin. Where's that? Dwayne. Oh, is that from the other line? Yeah. It looks like they got some new blanks into some new colors. I do have this guy here in my pile. I actually have these two in my pile of loot at Big Bad. I'm gonna have to ship them pretty soon. But I do have these two. The white orc from the Hobbit. Okay, that's the one I have too. That's the one I have. He's the bigger one, right? Yeah, I do have that one too. And I got him in one of those lots. But I think he's complete because he comes with one, like a club, or right, or like a big weapon. Whoops. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm getting a message here. So I can. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I guess you guys couldn't see it. Okay, so it doesn't show you everything that's on the screen here. Um, is the girl a halfling? I think so. I think so. This one, right? I think she is. And this guy's even smaller, I think. When they had him lined up, I think this guy was the smallest. Oh, it says halfling scout dwarf. Oh, maybe she's not. Maybe she's just a dwarf and he's a dwarf mercenary and he's a halfling. He looks cool though. But yeah, I went for her and I went for the orc guy. Um, but I'm glad the lines are still going, not the giant goblin. I'd have to look it up. I don't know. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy. I don't know all their names. Um, but yeah, this stuff looks pretty good. But I do have these two in my pile of loot, and there's a couple on Big Bad that are exclusive to Big Bad. Let's look at Big Bad really quick. Here, let me. Last time I, last time I was logging in and all my information was on their site. You're not supposed to do that when you're online, right? Let me log in first, and then I'll share it with you. Let's see. Pre-orders. They have a couple of nights that I guess are Big Bad exclusives. Whoops, sorry, hold on. Oh man. It looks like I've never done this before. That would be right. Okay, there we go. So there's a couple nights on here that are exclusive to Big Bad. I think, no, not that guy. These ones. This guy here. I did pre-order this guy. Looks really cool. But you can only get them on Big Bad, I think. And there's another one, this guy. And I did pre-order this guy. They were supposed to be here, I think, in October, so they're a little bit behind. But they look pretty good. They look pretty good. They're not on Boss Fight's website, and they haven't really advertised these or pushed these that much, which I've been kind of surprised. Maybe because Big Bad has kind of bought them for them, they don't have to worry that much about them selling because the stock's already been bought, and it's up to Big Bad now to sell them. But they look pretty good. And there's a third one, a bad guy that I passed. This guy. Oh no, it's not this one. This is the 50th anniversary. I thought there was a bad guy. Let's see if we can find him. This guy, here he is. This guy looks really good. But I did not get this guy. But this guy's up too if you're interested at all. They were supposed, like I said, I think they were supposed to be here in October. I think that's what it says. Let's see if they changed it. Now, yeah, see now it says November. It used to say October up here in this corner right here. It used to say October last month. So they just changed it. So they're expecting it any day now is what I'm guessing. So I've been trying to hold out on my pile of loot, hoping that they'll come so I can get them all at once. The boss fight hop goblins. I did not get. Oh, did I lose it? Let me see here. I did not get any of those. Hold on one sec, guys. There we are. Here we go. Yeah, no, that's pretty much all I've got. I got two of these big guys, those knights, and then I also had those hero hack that female and the other guy here. Yeah, they do. They scale really well with anything. Um, what's cool was this Phantom right here is $27.99 during the Big Bad like 25th anniversary. This guy got down to like 15 bucks on Big Bad, and I already have one, but I just grabbed another one because he was like $15, and I think I'm going to try a custom with him. But this one, yeah, he got down to 15 bucks, and that was what I was going to do. I thought if I can get like a regular schedule with you guys, I would like to do, and we did this at the last one, is to kind of call it like clearance aisle and kind of just look at some of the sales. like that acid rain figure I just showed you because they do constantly have sales. And let's just kind of look at a couple of them. New arrivals, pre-sale. Where's the sale products? I think Cool Toys was one of the ones that didn't really have a sale. Theme size, yeah. And maybe we'll just kind of look at some sales really quick. Gun Damn It does. I always like to look at their flash sale. Yeah, he's really good. I have him. He's really good. I was surprised how good he was. And he uses that new buck that doesn't have the screw in the backside. Um, he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. Yeah. Because I liked him so much, that's why I kind of decided to get that pirate kind of guy because I think he uses mostly the same buck, that Marvell, whatever his name was it Marvell? Let's see. Is it Marvell? Am I making that up? This guy. Oh, now it says in stock. Yeah, yeah, because he's in my pilot. Mara Malavar. This guy, I think, mostly uses a lot of the same buck as that Phantom. So, like the lower body is the same. So after I got that Pirate Phantom, I was like, you know what? This figure looks. I took a second look at this guy, and because he came with all these accessories, and especially this outfit here, I decided to get him. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Oh, you just got the Hobgoblin. Good. Yeah, yeah. This guy's pretty fun. Let's look at this flash sale here. Let's just see if there's anything in here that interests us. It's at 118, right? There's only 14 items. Oh, look at that. They got the Star Trek guy. He's already on sale. A couple of them, $3 off much. But that wasn't here last week. Yeah, it looks about the same. There's quite a few of the guy with the hawk. There's quite a few of the Warhammer figures that aren't here that were here 2 weeks ago. The chest is the male elf. Yeah, he is. That's a good figure too. I have a couple of those. Yeah, you're right. So it's a kit bash, huh? It's a kit bash of that elf and that phantom, that pirate phantom, and then probably a new head, a new hat, a couple new accessories. Nice to have a group resembling a D&D. Yeah, it would, huh? Yeah, not much new here, but these guys who I actually have right here. And I think where's my camera? Oh, there it is. I think Jeff can tell you these are pretty fun. These are pretty good. And they're sci-fi, fit in your world building and whatever you're doing. 22.99. That's a couple bucks better than what I paid. I think I paid 25.99. So a couple bucks off, a couple bucks less. Gundam, I think, is free shipping. So, if you're interested at all, she's got a new hat. Darker ones, yep, they are. They're on sale. Let's see, who's another sale? Let's take a look at the clearance aisle on Locker Toys. See what they're doing. What is on sale at Locker? I'm happy with the Star Trek figures. They look great mixed in with the Sapphire. That's what I think too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. I did get a notice from Amazon that the Spock in like the winter gear and the little alien, the one little alien that they've done at this in the Star Trek line, they were both delayed from whoever. I think I bought them from Haya on Amazon, and they sent me one of those emails asking me, "Do you still want them?" And I hit yes, I do. So I'm kind of expecting them any time now, but they have been delayed. I don't know if you ordered either one of those. Jeff, I think you got the little alien guy, but it was the little alien guy and the Spock in the winter kind of outfit. I had the Kirk and the McCoy waiting on Spock and Scotty and the little alien. Yeah, that's the little alien I was talking about. Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. So let's see. Let's see, in stock. Looks like more of the same here from the 2 weeks ago. Doesn't look like they've added anything since we looked at this 2 weeks ago. But I still think that's a really good price for a Boss Fight Studio, though, 15 bucks. um, for this army, this Helios Army of the Dead, I think is what it is. Yeah, I try to use Amazon as much as I can. But I'll tell you, like this week, man, they hit me, and I don't think it's not Amazon's fault. It's kind of Hasbro. A lot of my Star Wars pre-orders came in, way early, and I thought about canceling them just because of how expensive it's going to be. But I just decided they did price match them, so they're cheaper than when I pre-ordered them. But was not expecting them this week, so it's a bill now. Got to pay it. So Amazon has its benefits, and then I think it would have happened, if I would have ordered stuff from anyone, just because they're early. But yeah, it happens. But I try to always use Amazon if I can. But yeah, not much in here. Not much meat on the bones. This figure's still for sale on clearance. Looks like a really good figure, 20 bucks. Um, got some of these Fortnite figures. I'm wondering if these Fortnite figures, if they're loose. I feel like they are. No after sales. What you see is what you get. Yeah, so I think they're selling all three of them in stock. But that for 20 bucks for three of them is actually a pretty good deal. I do have this guy and this guy. You know what? I have two of these. I do have these two on the end here. They're pretty good. And the dark elf males, yeah. So let me just close a couple of these tabs. Fun show got it on. Yeah, no problem, Timbo. Thanks for coming by. I'm gonna stop the sharing right there. There we go. All right, guys. So anything that you guys want to discuss? We're about an hour and a half in. I think I got another 20, 30 minutes in me left if we have something to talk about. The Fortnite line is, yeah, Sentinel, I know you love the Fortnite line. That's a good price too. Dude, you saw that. That's a good price for three figures. And those are pretty good. I have two of those three, and they're pretty good. Because I was always picky about my Fortnite stuff. But all the ones that I got, I was really happy with. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You never know though, because you says, well, I was complaining a lot last year. I'll admit this, that they seem to have buried the Halo line. And once the vault opened, now all of a sudden the Halo line's back, but you can only get it from the vault. And I'm wondering if that might be maybe what they're going to do with the Fortnite line. Maybe the Fortnite line would go to the vault and they'll offer it as exclusive, through them only, because that's really what happened with the Halo line. The Halo line disappeared for over a year. It would turn up at Ross every now and then, some of the older waves, and then all of a sudden now they're doing new figures, but they're only on the vault. Yeah, I really like the Halo line. Really underrated. Really underrated. All right, pirates. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. The stranger from Acolyte. I hope so. I hope so. I did have a I don't tech, I don't know when you got here, but I did have a little bit of rant in the beginning about the blast figure standing, the winner, and how that kind of played out. I hope that they do the stranger. Um, I don't know. They haven't been so good about doing the bad guys. They did pipeline Balin and Shin from Ahsoka. Still haven't got them though. So we still haven't got kind of the main bad guys from the last show. I hope that they do. I hope that they do. Jazzware still has the Fort Line license through 25, but at this point feels pretty dead. Leaking in China. Yeah, you were late. Yeah, no problem. I kind of was thinking that he should have won, especially when it came down to him and I thought was the Wolfman that Jeff's telling me is the Batman. That doesn't sound right though, but the Bat guy. Um, yeah, the Bat guy won. The Bat guy beat the Stranger. And I don't want to go back and double rant on my beginning rant, but yeah, I definitely wanted the Stranger to win from what I had to pick from. Um, so I was a little surprised that he didn't. So, but yeah, he won. The Batman won. Still doesn't sound right though. It's not Batman, but the Bat alien won. So yeah, but is there anything I missed? Because I kind of only picked out the things that interested me. It wasn't everything, and hopefully it interested you. But um, if there was anything else, we can pull it up. We could talk about it for a little bit. Um, looks like I think the if we come back in 2 weeks, which I hope we can, I think that means that um, the Dime Novel Legend will be over, right? The Kickstarter will be over. So let me check how many days was left on that. 14 days, exactly 14 days. So would that mean if we come back, it says, oh yeah, so if we come back next Sunday, it will still be up, but it will be the last day. And it will be counting down 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Okay, Monday. So yeah, if we come back next Sunday or in 2 Sundays, that will be the last day. So we'll get one more chance to look at it and see how high it's gotten. Who's next from Lady J? That's a good question. Um, they still have, let's look at that. They still have Major Blood, the twins, um, Lady J, the Tiger Force Flint, um, the Army Builders. They had the Alley Vipers. Let's see, who has those? Locker Toys. I got most of mine from Locker Toys or LT Cave. Let's look. One of the things I like about Locker Toys is they do uh, separate them by brands. Let's see if I can do this. One of these days I'll get fast at doing this. Um, but yeah, they've got, oh, the Dusty. Looks like the Dusty sold out. Crocmaster. There's still a lot to go, man. I'm glad they're finally coming out. There's the Scotty the Pirates was talking about. Spirit Iron Knife. They've got so many good ones. Oh, you know what I forgot? Let me jump there real quick. One of the things that I forgot, and this usually doesn't hit my radar, and I uh, usually don't get things like this. But I was thinking more of like a custom. Is this Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Hiya Toys? Because if you remove that head, it's just a guy in a disheveled suit. Um, so I'm partially interested in this a little bit. Yeah, Dusty sold out. I'm kind of surprised too about that. Whatever happened to the Hell Screamers Kickstarter? Those figures look good. I'm not familiar with that one. Hell Screamers. She doesn't look that good. You don't think so? You don't think so? Let's see if we could find her. There's the Gung Ho. There, oh, the Baroness. Baroness sold out. All these guys sold out. Wow. The Joes, they're selling. They're selling. There's the Destro. I just got the Destro sitting over here. There's the Lady J. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you. Not the best. I haven't done the review yet, but I did see partial Awesome Action Toys do the Flint, his review of the Flint. And that is, I think, the first figure, unmasked figure, because we did Cobra Commander, did Firefly, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes. All four of those figures, their faces are covered, right? They're in masks, they're in helmets. I got Destro here, he's in a helmet. Flint was the first one, and the face seems off. It does seem a little bit off. I think I have it right here. It does seem a little bit off. It's not gonna. It's a bit hard to do on this. I'm not sure. Where's my camera? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know about this. Um, so there's something to be desired there. So no line's perfect, right? No line's perfect. It just started. But this Lady J seems to kind of have the same, not quite it's this is a picture though, so it's hard to tell. Star Wars clone, yeah. Twins and the Troopers for me. Yeah, the twins look great. The twins look great. This Major Blood looks awesome. Looks awesome. Yeah, he looks awesome. The twins look great. It looks like a really solid, but the guys, the faces that are exposed, well, we'll see how Stalker looks. The twins look pretty good. They look a little bit like that Flint that I just pointed out. The Spirit and the Zartan, yeah. Yeah, every line, they can't all be perfect. They can't all be hits. Maybe this Flint, maybe it's not. I haven't opened it yet. I don't want to overjudge it by looking at it through the package. Um, but it is the first figure that's unmasked that we've got. So I heard he's next, but Lady J is in hand on eBay. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem, Sentinel. Yeah, all of these look really good. They all look really, really good. But Scotty must be next, right? For the Star Trek. I'm wondering if these are set in chronological order. I think they might be. So that would make Lady J next. Oh, that can't be though, because I got the Destro already, and he's third here. And there's the Major Blood. There's Chekhov. Haven't got Chekhov yet. Um, but yeah, these guys look great. Vipers, Crimson Guard. And it looks like everything. Oh, the twins aren't sold out. Wow, Spirit's not sold out. A little surprised by that. And Zartan's not either. Yeah, it's just bad. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. The Kong, yeah, the Kong looks good. And I did see. I wonder if I could find it on Instagram. Let me look. That they did announce that Hyatt did announce the new Kong, right? That has like a he has like a power glove. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If I can find it really quick. Should be here, right? Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Boom. Here it is. Yeah, this one. This looks pretty good. I haven't seen this movie, so I don't know what the glove is from. Um, but it does look pretty good. Does look pretty good. Look at that. Get some really good poses in that. And he says he's 16 centimeters, 50 bucks. I got to do the conversion here, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. 16 centimeters, inches. Okay, so he's 6 inches. So he's a 112 scale. He's 118 scale, but he's 112 scale. So he would fit. Yeah. Oh, he got hurt. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie. I saw like the first two, and they were pretty good. The Godzilla, and then the Kong, and then with Millie Bobby Brown. I think she's in it. I saw those two. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. I do have a Kong. I got off AliExpress. He's from the Monster Arts, and so it must be SH Figure Arts, but it's the Monster Arts, that subline. And it's pretty good too. This reminds me of this looks a little bit better though. This looks a little bit better. Looks like you get a lot of stuff out of him. You got 3 head sculpts. Would that be 4 sets of hands? Pretty cool. Oh, it says right there 6 inch. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. There's the Joes there. See that? Is this Hayes? Okay, so they've got, is that their trooper? No. Is that a 25th or 50th anniversary trooper? Or is that their trooper? Hmm. You ordered the one without the gauntlet. Cool. Destro looks great. Oh, there's that figure I was just talking about. There's the Contra guys. I wish they did this in 118. These guys look cool. I saw someone was doing Double Dragon too, Double Dragon figures, but again, not in my scale. They look pretty good. There's the Beachhead, yeah. There's the Firefly. Oh, here's this guy. I don't know. I don't know if I ordered this one or pre-ordered this guy yet. Oh, did you grab this one? Is it Pike? Yeah, Captain Pike. Did you grab this one, Jeff? Pants look a little different too. Oh no, they're the same. They're the same. Contra is expensive, yeah. What am I reviewing next? I think I'm gonna do the Boss Fight Studio Court of the Dead figures. I think that's gonna be my next review. And then I have a haul video for October. It's been a really good haul. A lot of pre-orders came in. And then I wanted to try to do the turtles. So I do have the turtles here, but I've seen a lot of people have done them already, but I still think I might do them. I got a lot of Star Wars stuff, but I don't do Star Wars too much on the channel, but I might do like a lot, like here's like 6 or 7 vintage collection figures that I recently opened. I still want to do an army building video, and I haven't done an army building video in a while. I keep putting it off, but the armies continue to grow. Recruitment is going well this last month or two. Um, Definitely get Scotty. All the Starfleet uniforms, yeah. Turtles are good. Yeah, the turtles look great. Um, I'm not sure there's much I could add to a turtle video, um, but I might just do it for the fun of it because I do have fun doing the videos. I only felt a little stressed this last one with the Cobra Commander because I had started that video like 3 weeks ago and I filmed part of it and I put it down and did a couple other videos and then I did a little piece of it again and I put it down and I did a couple other videos and at the end it was like, man, this video has been sitting there and I haven't like gone the extra mile. And you probably didn't notice, but I wasn't able to shoot pictures, which I always like to add photos and like music and stuff to the videos because that's really fun to like make a video like that. But the video got kind of long and I was working on it for so on and off. It started to sap a little bit of the fun out of it. And that's when I always go, you know what? This is supposed to be fun. There should be no stress involved because this is a hobby. This is supposed to be fun for me. So then I just kind of said, you know what? I'm just going to post the video. It's done already. I'm just trying to add more to it. And I said, I'm just going to post it. So I just posted it. So that's one of the few videos that I've done for a figure with no pictures and no music um, and that kind of thing. And I never want that to happen. Um, because all the other 4 that I did, the world building one, um, this guy and the Star Trek guys, that was a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun shooting the videos and even the Star Trek one, Jeff, you commented, it was fun to like think of how the Federation kind of shows up in my world and how would they react and who would come out to meet them. And that was a lot of fun to do the voiceover and stuff. And that's kind of, I want all the videos to be that fun, but sometimes they're not. And that's when I always go, you know what, then just put it down. Just come back to it later. Still a good review though. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Uh, Size comparisons. Yeah, that is. That is. I hate when I forget to do that because I do forget to do that sometimes. Um, but yeah, the turtles are really good. I think I'm still gonna do them. just want to sit down and enjoy it. I want to sit down and have a good time with it. I don't want to feel pressure like, oh, I got to do this video. I got to get it out first. I got to try to beat Adam at Awesome Action Toys, which is never going to happen, right? But uh, we have short attention on videos go too long. People will leave. I believe they do. They do. They do. And then that's where it kind of becomes hard to decide what, when you're trimming it down, like, what can I leave out? Is this necessary? Um, and you'll see, like for me, I'll do those size comparisons that you just mentioned, Tech. I'll do them real quick. I'll be like, here's this with this, here's this with this, here's this with this, and I try to get it down to like 10 seconds because the video might have gone 15 minutes. And I tell my wife all the time, I go, this video is too long, no one's going to watch it. And she goes, well, there's content there though. And then I look at the analytics, and some people do, but most of them don't. So you kind of have to, but it's got to be fun, and I don't want to make the video going, people, I want everyone to watch this, I just can't do that. It's just not me. Yeah. Yeah. See, and you prefer in depth, which usually that means it's a little bit longer. You got to stretch it out a little bit, add a little bit more to it. Um, which when you have a really fun video, that happens. It just happens. And you're just like, man, I can't believe I talked for 30 minutes. I can't put a 30-minute video up. No one's going to watch it. At least get it down to 25, or 28. Just shave a couple minutes off of it somewhere. And then another tactic is, or a tool is, to do the music in the video, the pictures, do it a little bit faster. Don't have the pictures on so long. Like, cut every picture down to 2 seconds or 3 seconds instead of 5 or 6. And you can just shave off a couple, just to kind of, because you don't want people to just leave. You hope that they'll stay and watch the whole thing. So that gets kind of difficult to manage. But as long as it's fun, it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun for you to watch it. It's got to be fun for me to make it. Um, and then, that's kind of that perfect circle. That perfect circle. Time on the packages. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that you'll see in some of the videos that I'll try to, like, okay, here's this, here's this, here's this, but you don't want to overgo it, because sometimes packaging for like mint on card people, that's a big deal. Especially Star Wars guys, like the image that's on the side of the bubble, like that's not the right image. It should have been this, and that kind of thing. It's tough. It's kind of weird, like, because we're all different kind of collectors. Different things are important to us. Kind of like we were talking about with the O-rings earlier. So it's a real fine line. We're a real picky crowd, man. We're real finicky. We're really finicky people. Uh, just do what's fun for you, I think. Yeah. It can. It can. So I try not to look at it. Yeah. Taking too much of the packaging. Yeah. I know. And I fall into that trap too. I fall into that trap too. It's difficult. It's a fine line to, like, talk about it, move on to the next, and get it out of the package, and what do you have here? Um, so that's kind of that. I guess that's on the other end. That's what's always weird too. Now that I do make the videos, it's like that Cobra Kai. I was like 3 weeks, like on and off. I shot this, I shot this, but the whole video, you sit down and watch it, and it's the 20 minutes, whatever it is. But it was a lot of time on the back side, the back end. Open one. That's what I'm doing, Archer. That's what I'm doing. Um, I think that Joe line is it's going to end up being really, really collectible. I wonder how Hyatt, how they work their licenses, because they don't have an IP like their own. Even Joy Toy, they do Turtles, they do 40K, they do Corvus Belly, but they have their own line, like this Gladiator stuff, the Cheng Hu stuff. They have their own IPs. So those, they'll never go away, kind of a thing, unless they want them to. But Haya, it's all about the properties. Kong, Godzilla, G.I. Joe, uh, The Walking Dead now. In the past, right, they had Judge Dredd, they had Aliens, they had the DC Injustice, but they only seem to have them for a few years and they go away. I don't know. I can't see Haya having GI Joe for the next 5 or 10 years and getting to do 50, 60 figures because they've never done that with any of their lines. I would say what 30 figures, maybe 40 at the most over 3 or 4 years, and then they kind of just go away. So I think doubling up on the Joe line is probably a good idea. Uh, they're kind of slow. Yeah, and they don't hold on to license long. I can't afford to do that anymore, so now I pick and choose. Yeah, I'm not I have been on this Joe line though, but I'm not a completionist. I have to pick and choose because I buy a lot of stuff, so I can't just get everything. Yeah. Storm Shadow, yeah, you mentioned that. 210. Yeah, that's what they're going for, man, and that's the thing, they were 25 bucks, last year, they were $25, and, that's how the price shot up, and I don't think Haya does. I don't say they're small batch, definitely bigger than the smaller lines that, like, we were looking at, like Chicken Fried Toys, Dime Novel Legends, and Fresh Monkey Fiction, but they're not much more than that, I don't think, but probably in the thousands, but over the whole world, a few thousand isn't that many. So, yeah, 210. Yeah, I did get 2 of the Storm Shadows. I'm lucky I have 1 mint on card. The only one I don't have is, well, I have it loose because I opened it, was the Snake Eyes. So I have 2 of it, all of them so far but Snake Eyes. Um, because those were the first 2, and I was like, "Ah, I might not like these." So I didn't wanna spend, if I could just save 25 bucks, I did, and so now I kinda regret it because I'm not gonna spend that much on a Snake Eyes. It's just gone now. I'm just like, "Okay, well, I'll be one of those guys. I have them all here except that one. You go find it." It'll probably be 300 by then. I'm sure they'll do another Snake Eyes, but, like, in a different, outfit. Version 2. I love G.I. Joe, but I'm not like I know it all because I know they're like, "Oh, that's version 2 Snake Eyes," and, "Oh, that's the version 1, that's the movie." I don't know, like, them that well. I love G.I. Joe. I have a lot of G.I. Joes, but I don't know, you know, all of the versions and stuff like that. So, they're super passionate. They're super passionate, yeah. It's weird the vitriol, that some of the lines, I see it, I'm just like, "Wow," like, so the guy said the wrong version, like, leave him alone. We all misspeak sometimes or we all don't know, but, some guys they know a lot, some guys know a lot. Is more version 2, is it? Yeah, have it I've seen some of the Hayas at the local comic book here shop here, they had the aliens. I've seen the aliens and the RoboCops. Those are another line that Haya doesn't seem to be making anymore, the RoboCop stuff. So they go strong for a couple years and then they just kind of disappear. Uh, so Haya's whole, business model seems to depend on getting license of other IPs and, producing their figures for them. Um, where even like Boss Fight Studio, that's what the Hero Hacks kind of is, but the Virtuvian Hacks is theirs. Um, but they seem to be wanting to get in more in the IP stuff too, with the wrestling and um, Strawberry Shortcake and all this kind of stuff that they're doing. Yeah, they are. I have a few of them. I never got Ed 209 though. Wish I would have. I know he's still up. I can find him fairly easily now, but I wish I would have got one of those. Um, Okay, guys, I see I've gone just about 2 hours, so I think it's probably time to step away. I want to thank you guys for coming by. I am going to try to do this regularly every other Sunday, so we'll be back. It looks like right before the Dime Novel Legends Kickstarter, the day before it goes down, or it funds, or it finishes. So we'll be able to talk about that, and I'm sure there'll be other news that comes up. Um, I think 2 weeks is probably pretty good. It's probably pretty tough if you do this every week. I know Pirates, he was doing every Wednesday his is Whip Wednesdays. That's got to be pretty tough. But Sunday night seems to work for me. So I hope you guys can join me in 2 weeks. Do keep an eye on the channel. Like I said, I think I've got at least a haul video, and I hope maybe the Boss Fight Studio stuff, the Court of the Dead, um, and probably something else. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'll do all that tomorrow morning. I'll probably kind of map out what I'm going to do. I'm one of those people that likes to write things down, and so I kind of see what I'm going to do. Um, all right, Mr. Archer. Thank you, Greg. I'll be here. All right, Tech. Sunday's good for you too. Good. So that's great. I want to thank you guys all for coming. I can't see, everybody's name. It doesn't allow me to, but Jeff, thank you. Sentinel, everybody that stopped by. If you're watching this on the replay, if you have any, if you want to reach out to me, you can always DM me on Instagram or leave a comment here and I will see it. And thank you guys. Thank you for making another show. There's no show unless you guys show up. So thank you. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Okay. Good night, guys. Bye.